All right, all right. Welcome everybody to the Thursday evening UK call. I want to welcome everybody here on the call. You guys are committed to the Riman opportunity. Those of you that don't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Christopher Kim. I'm a national director here at Riman North America. I'm also partners with Abigail Meister and Mr. Timothy Herr as well. And it is truly an honor to meet you guys here. And we are writing history as we speak. Today, I have the honor of sharing actually the Riman opportunity with everybody on the call. So with that said, we will jump right into it. So the name Riman is actually a Latin word that means rebirth, a gift from God, or second chance. So this is a multifaceted meaning. And obviously, when you have a second chance at, attaining beauty because of compelling products and things that can actually transform your face, I believe the name and the concept is synonymous and goes well with our K-beauty concept. So with that said, Riman is the parent company that we are all partnered with. We are partners with Riman, and the brands that Riman own is ICD, Bodalab, and Lifening. So these are our signature brands. I know in UK, we are still a virgin market, and we just launched our signature K-beauty. So with that said, we'll jump right into it. As we introduce Riman, Riman is a South Korean company that got established in South Korea in 2018. And in that short period of time, in 4 years, domestically within South Korea, they were able to sell 2.5 billion US dollars worth of products. Now, that is a very, very exciting story because South Korea, as you know, it's split into two separate countries, and South Korea has 50 million people. And by probably 2021, 22, they became the number one rated K-beauty brand. I'm talking the number one domestically. And this number here is staggering. When they say they sold 40 million bottles, I want to put this into perspective for you because they sold 40 million bottles in a population of 50 million people. You heard that right. That means 95% of the population used it. Now, if you dive into why that happened, it isn't because of star marketing or something went viral. There was a true compelling breakthrough technology in skincare and a compelling story. And I'm going to kind of get into that. So with those 40 million bottles sold and the massive success they had, 4 years in, what Riman did in South Korea is they researched probably the top 20 biggest K-beauty import countries all over the world. So that became the roadmap into expanding into multiple markets. So as you know, symbolically, network marketing was launched in the United States of America about 100 years ago. So to pay homage to the industry, Riman, they launched United States and Canada. And following suit, all the big K-beauty import-export countries, they went into Taiwan, Hong Kong, and there you see Mexico out of all the Asian countries. Why Mexico? Because they are one of the top 10 biggest importers of K-beauty. And that's how you can tell, times have changed, right? We go from brick and mortar to click and order. Information travels really, really fast. And you could see countries like the likes of Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, and now the UK. We came to the doorstep of UK. We symbolically opened the UK first, right before the EU opened. And here we are. We just launched Japan, and now we are starting our run in some of these EU markets, such as Italy, Spain, Ireland, Colombia, Chile, Peru, with Latin America following suit. We also have, I believe, France and Germany, I believe, in the pipeline coming to you guys soon as well. So a lot of exciting things are happening in the marketplace. Now, when I say number one K-beauty brand, ladies and gentlemen on the call, when was the last time you saw a highly decorated award-winning skincare? It just doesn't exist. Maybe you saw celebrities, multi-million dollar marketing, but these are science, retail, government awards. These are breakthrough awards because of what the skincare technology has done to change people's faces. And as of 2024, we are recognized also as the number one exported K-beauty brand of all of South Korea. Now, as we get into some more information, I'm going to share with you a little bit about our marketing because there are some exciting things coming our way and that have been announced.
Jeju Island, the birthplace of Inselderm, where nature and tradition inspire transformation. Made different, elevated to its full potential. The world's first and only smart farm for Pyeongpool. Introducing the first of its kind, Giant Pyeongpool. Infused with Jeju Lava Energy Water, a powerhouse of intense hydration and radiant vitality. Experience the legendary glow and lifting effect of K-Beauty. Experience the difference, a difference you'll love. The all-new Inselderm, Riman.
So this is our newest marketing video as of 2024. And I don't know if you heard in the video, they were talking about a new species. Exactly. So I'm going to be kind of breaking that down to you and what that is and why this company became such a successful company with their products. I do understand that in the UK, we're launching products in phases and in stages. And right now we are in the K-Beauty stage with our body care. So, given we have our signature K-Beauty line, we also have Bodolab, which is our signature body line. And we also have nutrition, which will be coming your way soon in the coming months as we get these products approved. All right, so let me talk about the steak and potatoes, the meat and the potatoes of the entire opportunity here. Really, what makes Rimon's K-Beauty product so special and why they became number one. First and foremost, it's our hero ingredient, the giant Byungpool. Now, this plant is a widely known, recognized plant in the medicinal and therapeutic industry. There's about 40 to 50 years of white paper study, medical journals. A lot of it has come to light with the data that this plant presents. And that data is something that shows that it actually heals the skin from the inside and out with, anti-inflammatory properties, hydration. But this plant has multiple names. It's found throughout Madagascar, India, Southeast Asia, all over Asia. It's well known. And it's got multiple names such as Centella asiatica, pennywort, tigergrass, Byungpool, Sika, Madeca. Some of you that have previously been into K-Beauty products, you've probably heard this plant, right? Now, why did we particularly pick the plant in South Korea on the island of Jeju? There's a specific reason for that, because on the island of Jeju, this island is kind of like a sister island of Hawaii. It's a tropical island in South Korea on the southern tip. Now, I'm gonna go a little off topic, but for those of you that scroll on Instagram or go on Facebook, you'll be able to see a commercial of a lady that talks about olive oil. And she talks about how that olive oil tree is grown at the base of a volcano. And that's what makes their olive oil particularly special. The reason for that is the live volcanic activity creates high polyphenol content in the soil and everything growing around that vegetation. Okay. Now on Jeju Island, it is a mystical island. Like most people don't know this, but probably in Ireland, I believe, those giant Stonehenges, they talk about like those are like anomalies, right? Well, South Korea it really isn't really talked about, but it's got the most Stonehenges in the world as an anomaly. Okay, South Korea is a very mystical place. Like that Jeju Island, there's a place called Beast Hill. It's literally a hill, and you put your car in neutral, and the car climbs up the hill in neutral. So they're talking about all this like raw nature's energy there, right? So like anyways, back to the olive oil. So they promote this unique olive oil because that olive oil in particular is grown at the base of a volcano, right? And it's high in polyphenol content. So going to this plant is grown on Jeju Island, and because of the high polyphenol content, it's very, very pure in the healing properties. Now, let's get to the water. This is called Jeju Lava Energy Water. If somebody hears this for the first time, it sounds like a sales pitch, but it is not. This is one of the most purest forms of water known to humankind, and there's only 4 places in the world you can access this water. There's one in Spain, one in Hawaii, Japan, and South Korea. There's only 4 places in the world, and all 4 places are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, meaning the United Nations have it as a nature preserve. Okay, so what ended up happening is the South Korean government realized this, and they gave out about 15 contracts about 18 years ago, one for therapeutics, one for food, one for research, and Riman was able to get a 20-year contract exclusive access to this water. Now, why is this water so important? Because the fact of the matter is, our body is made up of probably 80% water. So the water content that goes on our body, inside our body, is absolutely important. Now, with that said, ladies on the call, honestly, how many times have you gone to a skincare beauty shop? You didn't know what to buy. The ladies told you what to buy because it's what's trending. You used it, it didn't work. 3 weeks later, you're looking for new products. At the end of the year, you have a basket full of products. It's because most products are made poorly and cheaply and poor water content. Because what the law states is in order to manufacture skincare, at a minimum, you need to use distilled water. Distilled water is dead, sterile water, just sitting topically doing nothing, right? Riemann understood this technology because as you saw the video of our chairman, he's a formulating savant of 20 years. He participated in many hit products prior to our products, and he understood the importance of water. Now, this water, we were able to get a 20-year lockdown exclusive on this water. So what we did is we took this water and we watered that plant with the lava water. And in 45 days, a plant that is probably the size of a coin grew to the size of my hand. So this is actually got 5 times more healing properties than the actual original plant in itself. So now you have the clearest form of water, and now you have a plant-based healing property as a hero ingredient. Now let's move on to the third pillar that says nanoliposomal technology. When I first heard this, I did not know what it is, guys. I'm a college dropout. And I was like, great, whatever it is, I'm sure it works, right? But let me kind of bring you up to speed what this really is. This is a technology that's been around for about 30 years. For those of you that scroll on social media all the time, like myself, there's a guy named Gary Brecka. He promotes something called Row Nutrition, right? And he talks about liposomal technology nutrition, right? And what that is it's pretty much a nano-size um, molecule broken down to penetrate everything from digestion and everything and make it to the place it's supposed to be and work its magic, right? And pretty much what nanoliposomal technology is, known in the pharmaceutical industry, is pretty much something that is transdermal. So a machine called a microfluidizer that'll probably create something like a steroid cream, right? Your child gets eczema, you put on steroid cream, or males that put on like testosterone cream, or a numbing cream like lidocaine, right? All these things come from a microfluidizer, which is liposomal technology, meaning it is broken down to a nano size and it becomes transdermal, penetrating the skin, right? So if you look at our K-Beauty skincare, it's called what? ICD, K-Beauty. The meaning of ICD literally means inner cellular dermatology, meaning into the cellular level of the dermis. So our skincare literally means hydration. Plant-based hydration is literally what our product means, right? So the moment you use this product, it's going to penetrate the dermis, go in and find your skin cell, and it's going to hydrate that skin cell. So a lot of times you're going to hear, I feel like my face is dry, but it is not dry. No, dry is flaky, patchy skin. What you're feeling is the stretching and tightening of your skin in real time. The second part is you're going to hear glass skin, dewy skin, plant-based glass skin. That glass skin is not a chemical reaction. What you're seeing is actually the hydration of the fluids and the water of your hydrated skin cells. And you're seeing a reflection of that in your outer skin dermis. And that's why this thing became the #1 skincare out of South Korea. And we proudly tout that we are not a skincare, we are a cosmeceutical care, meaning what that puts us in is in a grade of professional care. So, regular just generic skincare would be like a, wham bam, thank you, ma'am, one size fits all. Maybe it'll work. But when you get to professional care, it's all about addressing every angle from hydration, pustules, what's that? Where everything comes out to the skin, a purge. That's real professional care for you to be able to heal your skin from the inside out. All right. So with that said, a lot of people asked me because it's K-Beauty, and a lot of people that don't know, I'm gonna just say this to break the ice and just to be funny, but a lot of people have asked me, oh, so to use Korean skincare, does it only work for Asian people, right? And it's okay, right? And it's okay to ask that question. But no, it works for every people, right? All people, red, brown, yellow, black or white, we are precious in his sight, right? Why? Because the element of K-Beauty is all about cleanse, nourish, hydrate, and protect. It's a sequence that everybody can do. But what makes K-Beauty so unique is what K-Beauty's philosophy is really all about is the beginning of double cleanse. Ladies, you heard that? Double cleanse. I've seen so many ladies over the years use those, all-in-one wet nap to remove their makeup and stuff. You're hurting your skin, okay? What the Asians have figured out probably 30 years ago is the remnants of oil don't come out, right? And they said, what? Water and oil don't mix, it repels. So only oil begets oil. So in this K-beauty concept, you can't just buy one product and get glass skin. You have to have the whole regimen and do the whole sequence, because when I explained the liposomal technology to go into the dermis and start healing from the inside out, the double cleanse element is the most important part, because you want the cleanest canvas possible, and then you want the liposomal technology to go in with a clean canvas. So this is what all the ladies have figured out. So these are some of the before and after pictures. And this is within maybe 5 days to under 10 days. Okay. Now, here you're going to be able to see also some of the scalp, right? Scalp care and hair care. The reason why you're going to see this gentleman with a bit fuller, thicker head of hair as well. You can see some of the scalp lines, some of the filled in hairs, because as we move on to some of our skincare and body line, you're going to be able to quickly see this is all about enhancing the healing properties naturally, right? So in Cellderm, we probably tout that this is a German Dermatest certified product. What that means is this is the cleanest you can get. The German Dermatest is the most stringent, strictest gold standard when it comes to cleanliness, right? So when I explain this is a liposomal technology, it's going to penetrate and go into the body. Hence, you can only use clean, safe ingredients. You cannot use retinol. You cannot use salicylic acid, just like the early video that the chairman talked about. We focus on how much we could take more chemicals out, right? So they've pledged that they're not going to use 3,000 plus harmful ingredients in our products. Children can use it. Prepubescent teen can use it. Cancer patients are using it right now. And pregnant ladies are also using it. It is a very, very safe product. And as you know, for those of you that are in the UK, that are already using it, my words mean nothing, right? You already know the results, right? Now, going on to the bottom skincare, this is a more higher line luxury skincare line. So our signature one is a water base. Pretty much think of it like vanilla ice cream. Everybody can use it. It goes with everything. The Inselderm Radiantsum 100, it's called 100 because 100% of the entire ingredients have been microfluidized, and it is more of an oil base to retain hydration, right? So I would recommend, if you're maybe late 40s to 50s, this is a great skincare regimen. And also within the Radiantsum and the dermatology line, you can mix and match. All of them are synergistically designed to work together. Now, with that said, because it's liposomal technology, what I do recommend is never, ever mix and match with other outside brands, because you don't know what the other outside brands have put in their products, okay? And this is a skin penetrating product, so only stay within our regimen, okay? As a disclaimer. Now, moving on to the body line, right? In that before and after picture, you saw some scalps with a full head of hair before and after. This is called the Bodolab Deserti-Cola Hair Care. Now, in America, I cannot make the claim, but magically in South Korea, you're legally allowed to. And in Korea, they say that this is a natural hair growing shampoo. So the reason for that is when they did research in pattern balding, it has been proven and come to light that it's poor scalp care, sebum plugs, and a bunch of oil and whiteheads stuck in your scalp, choking your hair, making the hair fall out. And what they found was this Deserti Cola is like a plant algae in the desert. The extract will actually dissolve all the gunk in your scalp, meaning it's going to revitalize your scalp, promoting hair growth. The Swamel Body Care, this is a hyaluronic acid body care. Body soap, but this is pretty actually cool. Most women today are hyperactive and aware about what we're putting in our bodies: endocrine disruptors, hormone disruptors, cancer causing. Okay, everybody is in the know. Now, I would say this is the most superior body line a woman should and can use, because, any soap that you use, yes, we strip the oil and the dirty, but we also strip the good stuff off our body, the microbiome layer. What this does, it because it uses hyaluronic acid, high collagen, and swamel. Swamel is used in like ocean spills, right, to preserve the habitat, but take the dirty, toxic stuff out. That's what we're using, and it is a vegan line. Remember that, right? No, actually, it's a V line. It's one grade higher than the vegan line. And this is actually what the Louis Vuitton designers actually, wrap their hands around. I'm going to share this as we move on. Yes, you heard that right. Louis Vuitton designers. What? But anyways, what this does is it leaves your natural microbiome in place while it takes all the dirty stuff out. And I believe this is essential for women, okay? Because, women, more women are putting than men put like 35,000 chemicals daily on their body, from clothes to lotions, skincare, makeup, hair product, um, um, manicures, you name it, right? So we do need to be a little bit aware. Also, the Swamel Nourishing Body Cream, this is going to make your skin like a 5-year-old. Okay, just try it, and just say, Chris, you're right, and watch me say I told you so. Okay. All right. Now, with that said, for those of you that become partners with Riman, and you hit a milestone position called director, we're going to fly you out here for an all-inclusive trip. Now, what's really cool about our company is when they celebrated their success, the owners didn't go buy a building or a mansion or a jet. What they did is they reinvested back and bought real estate on the island of Jeju and built a 9-villa resort. And when you hit these milestone positions, you're going to get flown out here. The moment you set foot on this island, you will never open your wallet, and they're going to spoil and pamper you. And you get to go to the manufacturing plant. You get to see the water, the water manufacturer, how they pull the water from seed to bottle. We own everything. Okay, these are the world-renowned scientists. Some of these guys started at Oxford, Harvard, Seoul University, some of the best. They spent 4 years formulating this before they sold a single bottle. And what we did is we commissioned some of the best engineers out of the Netherlands, and we built an indoor AI-powered smart farm. So when you saw that little video, that was actually shot in this smart farm of ours. It's an actual place. We have our own science lab. We control the temperature, the water, the soil, you name it, and you're going to be able to come check it out. This is my beautiful daughter, by the way. Today is actually her birthday, um, February 25th here in the US. But in celebration of her birthday, I wanted to kind of share this with all the fabulous, wonderful moms out there. Raising a daughter shows me how wonderful a woman is in raising a child. So much respect to you, wonderful ladies. But I want to show you a comparison of the original centella and our giant centella that is patented. Now, everywhere we go in the world, we will strive to file our patent. Hence, we got our 25-year patent approved here in the United States by the United States Department of Agricultural affairs. So we're really excited about all the patents and things happening all around the world. Now, something big has happened right before we entered the UK. Okay. Now, what we did is we did a major contract at the early beginning of 2024 with the world-renowned designer, polisher, and fragrance guru, Frederick Bertin. These two individuals are LVMH's signature designers. You heard that right. Louis Vuitton, Moet, and Hennessy designers. Paula Scheer is known as a mentor of iconic designers. She actually has her own Netflix documentary called Abstract. Go ahead and check that out. But she has worked with brands like Christian Louboutin, iconic legacy brands like Coca-Cola, Apple, Google, Samsung, Walt Disney, Shake Shack, you name it. Obviously Louis Vuitton. Frederick Bertin, he was the head of Accord and Parfums. And what he did is for our Boda Lab line, he created a natural fragrance. What that means is scent is chemical based, that's harmful, but fragrance is derived from nature. So with that said, think about it. Like these two icons, at this point, money is just a scoreboard for them. I'm sure there's people all around the world with buckets and buckets and luggages of cash asking them to represent their brand. Now, why did they lock arms with Riman and the Inseldrum brand? Because they did their homework. They did their homework. And to have these two icons representing us, the #1 K-beauty brand that is trending front and center as we open UK, and now we are at the doorstep of the EU, talk about a flex, okay? Now, with that said, When it comes to Korean manufacturing, just like how the Germans became number one in auto manufacturing or the Japanese became number one in auto manufacturing, the beauty industry, the Koreans have taken it over. The past 20 years, they have integrated engineering, science. Now you have brands like Christian Dior, Hermes, Chanel, Redken, Biotherm, big, big, big dogs going to Korea now manufacturing with Cosmax, which is known as the number one manufacturer. Now they're not going to be known as K-beauty products, but you can respect an industry where they're taking the lead, and you can create superior products and bring value to your consumers, right? And hence South Korea has taken the lead, and that's why K-beauty has been at the forefront, and that is an amazing opportunity for all of us. Why? Because everybody knows about K-beauty, but nobody knows what to buy. Nobody knows what to select, and that's where the front running of a market opportunity really lies. So here we are. We just started 2026, but we've been on a major expansion since 2025, and now we are here in the UK. So let's talk about what's in it for you and really how the money works in this opportunity. Now, usually there's a traditional supply chain, right? Where we're kind of used to this supplier, distributor, wholesaler, retail shops, and then the consumer. Usually every time a product switches hands, the price goes up. Why? Because the middleman got to make their money. And usually the consumer is the one paying and forking over all the money. But what Riman said is, why don't we cut out the middleman? Because we understand that word of mouth referral is probably the most strongest form of marketing, right? When was the last time you saw a great movie? When was the last time you had a great meal and you told your friends, go try it out, go eat this food, don't watch this movie, go watch this movie, right? But hey, then again, did that restaurant cut you a commission check? Did the movie theater send you a bonus check? Probably not. So what does that mean? We've been promoting all our life. Word of mouth referral is probably the most powerful way of marketing. So with that said, Riman is saying we're going to cut out the middleman. And if you can bring the consumers, you can take it B2B, you could take it e-commerce, whatever you may see, and build out a distribution channel, we're going to pay you very, very well. And also, we recognize not everybody is going to be an entrepreneur, but people want beautiful skin. Ladies on the call, how many of you know some people that have skin? If you know somebody with skin, please put a 1 in the chat box for me, letting me know you hear me loud and clear, okay? Because I love my British ladies. I feel like when I talk to you, I feel like I'm in a state of luxury. I love it when you gals speak. Trust me, like I love the UK. Now, with that said, there's going to be some people that don't want to be entrepreneurs, and that's okay. And they could take advantage of our rewards program as a Riman customer. Now, today, I know this is a lot of information. I'm not going to be able to teach you or break it down to you, but pretty much we have 6 ways you can get paid. You can get paid really, really well in acquiring customers, selling products. Now, you're only going to be a good seller as much as the products are going to be good, right? Because why? Your job isn't to convince and sell. Your job is just to be the connector, the promoter, the middle person, and you let the product do the work. You let the product do the heavy lifting. Now, with that said, if the product is the real deal, given it's going to do all the work, right? You can make money doing retail, getting paid well up to 54%. Now let's talk about McDonald's, right? Is the McDonald's in the UK? It is, right? You would say it's probably a very successful franchise, right? I would probably say it is, right? Let me see. Amy and Amanda, right? I see you guys nodding your heads. Yeah, McDonald's is here, right? Well, let me kind of give you a concept about McDonald's. The reason why McDonald's is so successful, right? It isn't necessarily about creating the best burger, right? We can all probably say I can make a healthier, better quality burger than McDonald's, right? But what McDonald's has mastered is duplication and convenience. Think about it. The moment we leave the McDonald's here, when we leave, we're just getting closer to the next one down the street, right? Location, location, location. So that what they did is they mastered expansion really, really well with convenience and duplication, right? So McDonald's, they make money selling hamburgers and French fries, but they also make money selling locations and franchise, right? So you can make money selling products and you can do very well. Why? Because if the product is great, you're going to see a return on your time investment. Now, if you want to work smart rather than working hard and you understand the concept of leverage, just like how McDonald's did it with franchise partners, now you want to build a distribution channel with partners and you get to build a voluntary army of people, right? When you get to do that, You get to expand your business. This is called aggressive expansion. And for doing so, we're going to pay you well. But how this concept works is you're going to get paid more of a lot of a little bit, right? So, you're going to get paid for building out a team. And why is Riman going to pay you for doing that? Because they're going to say, well, let's just say Chris brought Amanda, and then Amanda brought Amy, and then Amy brought Daphne, right? Now, in that sequence of a team, Riman is saying, well, Riman would have never met Daphne if it wasn't for Amy, and we would have never met Amy if it wasn't for Amanda, and if it wasn't for Chris, we would have never met Amanda. So because of that, when Daphne does the work, she's going to get paid majority of the money. But because of the introduction and the network of the distribution, all of us are going to be able to participate in a small piece of the action. But if you build a big distribution over time through your time investment and you get paid on everybody for a lot of a little bit, that's how you get rich. Okay. And I remember my mentor telling me 20 years ago, the usual way usually nets you the usual pay, but the unusual way will unusually give you the unusual pay. And that made so much sense. From that day on, I had a paradigm shift. And my job here today isn't to convince you or sell you, it's to just share with you about a unique concept and hope that you can get that paradigm shift yourself. Now, the third way you can get paid is we have something called leadership matching bonus. Now, what this is, it's a unique, it's a evolutionary way of winning together. I don't get paid till you get paid. I don't get promoted till you get promoted. Think about that. Like in a regular job, you get paid just enough so you don't quit, and you work just enough so you don't get fired, right? Think of that oxymoron right there, right? But here they're saying it's the opposite, right? You have every incentive to help your team. And then there's another fourth pillar called a uni level. What that is usually in some of your levels, you're going to probably work with people in your level one, right? Your frontline team, and then your frontline, and usually about 6 levels within your reach. That's going to be the biggest reach and most spent time building out a distribution channel. So what they're saying is where you spend most time there, we're going to also reward you incrementally by helping your team win. And then moving forward, there's also something called a leadership matching bonus. Now, I can't explain all of this in one try, but here's the best way I could put it, okay? This is going to be the long-term play. This pay plan right here is going to be your long-term residual income maker. So what I mean by this is like I'm a national director, and I would say 75, 80% of my income as a whole comes from here. Okay. Now this is the I don't win till you win. I don't get paid till you get paid. Now, at the leadership position, it's called team leader. From team leader and on, we would consider that a leadership position. From senior manager, manager, and planner, we would consider that more of an affiliate program position because you get lifetime rank. You never lose your pay from 30% and below. And it is more of a customer driven. But when you get to team leader, it means you're a leader, you're an asset in the company, and you've built a nice size distribution channel of teams all selling these products, right? Now, when you are a team leader and I create another team leader in my team, that first generation team leader is my first, right? So if that person makes $1,000, the company's going to say, Amanda, great job. You helped Amy make $1,000, so we're going to match you 40% and give you $400 for helping her make $1,000. Isn't that cool? And as you self-perpetuate a winning environment and creating layers and layers of leaders, as they win, you get paid. What a revolutionary concept to get paid, right? And you get paid up to 3 generations, right? And as you move along and keep building at national director, you're going to unlock 6 generations. Now, remember, you're not going to be able to remember everything, but this is where the meat of the move is going to be. This is where you retire your spouse. This is where you retire your parents. This is where you consider talking about maybe a second vacation home or maybe start investing into a real estate portfolio. This is where it all begins, okay? But remember, start with your vision and we're going to make this into a goal. Okay. Now, with that said, I'm going to briefly end our opportunity. So we're going to have 6 ways to get paid. We're at the doorstep of the UK. We're still ground floor opportunity. Some of our hero product lines and brands still even haven't been launched. We're still here early. Now, with that said, I briefly talked to you guys about an interesting gentleman named Frederick Bertin. And he was so compelled and excited about the concept of how our company was making an all vegan, natural fragrance. And we were pretty much aligned with Frederick Bertin's philosophy. And we were lucky to capture a 3-minute interview with Mr. Frederick Bertin from the Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy organization in France. And he talks about his inspiration in creating the Baudelaire line. So in closing, I'm going to share this documentary and we're going to close out, but I want to thank everybody that took the time to be on here tonight. For those of you that are guests and prospects, I want to thank you for taking the time to be here. Whoever invited you, let them know, yes, I'm in. And if not, just show them some love and support them and become a customer. Because if you become a customer, you will get that beautiful glass K-Beauty skin, and you're going to be able to get it for a very, very affordable price. So with that said, thank you for being on. And in closing, I would love for you guys to enjoy Mr. Frederick Bertin's documentary. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. See you soon.
Enfant, je me rendais chaque été à Tourette-sur-Loup, un village situé proche de Grasse. Je garde un souvenir ému des moments passés avec mon grand-père dans son jardin. C'était à mes yeux un jardin magique où se côtoyaient citronniers, mandariniers, mimosas, lavandes, herbes aromatiques si typiques de cette région de France. Grasse est le berceau de la parfumerie, et c'est probablement à cette époque qu'est née l'envie de devenir créateur. Je m'appelle Frédéric Burtin, je suis né à Lyon, je suis créateur de parfums et de cosmétiques. J'ai travaillé comme chef chimiste pendant 15 ans au sein du groupe LVMH pour des marques de luxe telles que Dior, Givenchy ou Fresh, avant de créer ma propre marque de parfum, Institut Très Bien. Puis j'ai fondé le laboratoire de création Experis en 2006 et collaboré depuis avec plusieurs marques comme Diptyque. Nos parfums sont produits dans un centre de fabrication historique certifié vegan, situé à Grasse, région très préservée du sud de la France. Pour moi, la parfumerie est comme une écriture qui puise dans mon histoire et raconte ma passion pour ce métier. Je choisis de très beaux ingrédients que je marie harmonieusement selon un savoir-faire traditionnel, tout en m'efforçant de les inscrire dans la modernité. Le parfum signature spécial cheveux de Botalab commence par les merveilles de la nature. Il évoque une vitalité et une vigueur sans limite, des plantes qui s'épanouissent avec robustesse dans des environnements extrêmes. Ce parfum dynamique se caractérise par un mélange harmonieux de mélodies boisées, de senteurs naturelles délicates et d'éléments aromatiques apaisants. Il embaume la salle de bain d'une senteur chaude et sereine, délicieusement humide. Des notes subtiles, boisées, vertes, aromatiques, s'entrecroisent. Elles laissent la trace persistante d'un parfum profond et nous transportent dans un endroit spécial de notre imagination, comme l'expression d'une réminiscence. Quand la lumière chaude du soleil et la brise traversent doucement les fleurs, les branches, les fruits, faisant jaillir l'énergie de la nature, le parfum signature vegan de Botalab en capture toute la beauté et la vitalité originelle. Avec un départ d'agrumes vifs qui effleurent le bout du nez, ce parfum dévoile une note boisée douce et agréable qui évoque l'écorce d'un arbre, transformant ainsi la vie quotidienne ordinaire en une expérience sensuelle. Ce parfum revigorant apaise le stress et la fatigue accumulés tout au long de la journée, offrant un moment de tranquillité qui rappelle la nature.
Thank you so much for being on the call. We will see you in the UK soon. Have an amazing evening. We will see you next week.